Sporty greetings. The stage is set for this year's UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. But let's talk about the round of 16 fixture that got all of us talking. And it's the Madrid derby. Real Madrid, they have kept alive their hopes of winning a record-extending 16th UEFA Champions League trophy. I told you that Real Madrid, they love this competition. It's a union made in heaven. Carlo Ancelotti's team edged out their city rivals Atletico 4-2 via penalty to reach the quarterfinals, and it was such a dramatic game of football. Shout out to Diego Simeone and his Atletico side, but hey, football again chose Real Madrid. None of the Spanish teams could find a winning goal before the end of extra time after Conor Gallagher's strike just 27 seconds into the game. And I said, yes, we'll have a football match on our hands. He leveled the tie on aggregate after Real's 2-1 first leg win at the Santiago Bernabeu. Remember that one big time. That meant penalties was going to give us the winner. And after the first three had been converted, drama. Former Manchester City forward Alvarez stepped up to take Atletico second. And before VAR did what it did, I was saying that was a fine penalty. Alvarez slipped while taking it, but the ball ended up in the back of the net while it was initially given. And that was the time I was saying, this is a beautiful penalty. Come on, that was a good one. The successful spot kick was subsequently ruled out by the video assistant referee, with Alvarez having deemed to have touched the ball twice. He double kicked. That's what VAR said, that he hit the ball 2 times as he struck his effort. And truly was really painful, because but the rules are the rules. And I also get into the rules so you get to understand why, that effort was ruled out. Vinicius Jr., who had scored all of his previous 7 penalties for Real Madrid, stepped up with a chance to put the Spanish Giants in front in the tie once again with 20 minutes to go. But you know what happened? Drama. The Brazilian smashed his effort well over the bar, sent it into the streets in Madrid. But football said, no problem, Vini. He was substituted, and Real Madrid still went on to win 4-2 via penalties. They will meet Arsenal in the quarterfinals. I'll show you the complete fixture for the quarterfinals, and you get to understand why we have a big, last 8 action in the UEFA Champions League. Well, let's talk about that Alvarez's penalty that was struck off by the video assistant referee. It's generating loads of conversations online, but guys, the rules are rules, and to think about it, the ref actually gave it when he first struck it, he gave it, but VAR called it back and said, no, he struck it twice. It was a double kick, and so it wasn't going to start. What does the rule say? Let's look at it. Article 14.1 of the International Football Association Board laws of the game concerning penalties. The rule states the kicker must not play the ball again until it has touched another player. That is the same law that stops people scoring a rebound if their own penalty hits the goalpost. See? If the same happened from a penalty during regular play, an indirect free kick would be awarded to the opposition. So guys, rules are rules. Unfortunately, Alvarez's, I think, left foot touched the ball first before he struck it. So, sorry, Atletico. I thought Atletico did just enough to get something on the night. But hey, football just has a way, particularly in the Champions League, that has a way of just sticking by Real Madrid, because at regulation time, after 90 minutes, Real Madrid had just 1 shot on target. Just 1 shot on target. It wasn't as if they weren't that coordinated, but Atletico showed all the signs of a team that wanted to win that game. But it didn't just happen for them. Particularly when Vini lost that penalty at the time he did, I said, no, tonight, Atletico might just get it. But it didn't happen. Now we're in the quarterfinal stage. Proper business stage of the competition. What's going to happen? With that win over Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid will face Arsenal. The first leg will be played at the Emirates Stadium. What can the Gunners do after that big win over PSV? 9-2 on aggregate, massive. The first leg in Holland, the Gunners won by 7-1. And then the second leg at the Emirates Stadium in London ended 2-2. So it's going to be Arsenal versus Real Madrid. Guys, what do you think? Arsenal fans. I was following the analysis, and some Arsenal fans said Atletico was so compact and that they wouldn't want to play Atletico. So now you have Real Madrid. Can the Gunners withstand the firepower of the Galacticos? We'll get to see. Another important fixture, I've called it important because both teams are beginning to show signs that they can do something this year in the UEFA Champions League. It's at Aston Villa taking on PSG. Aston Villa did a great job saying of Club Brugge, which is also a very decent team. I think they showed in some ways in this year's UEFA Champions League that they can actually compete. And shout out to Super Eagles player Rafael Onyedika. He put a good point out there that he's a fantastic defensive midfielder, and the world have seen his quality. Aston Villa will take on PSG. PSG sent Liverpool out of the competition. What can Aston Villa do in this one? It's another English team for PSG. I don't want to go deep into the analysis, but I think Villa might just be a potential upset in this year's UEFA Champions League. I'm not going to say more than that, but let's see what that fixture will give us. Aston Villa versus PSG. Another interesting one is Barcelona versus Dortmund. Barca did the job against Benfica. They don't make so much noise. They like the way they're just going slowly but surely. Can Dortmund slow them down? We'll get to see. And Bayern Munich, Inter Milan all day, every day is a big fixture in the UEFA Champions League. So guys, we're in the quarterfinal stage. What got you talking? I'm sure you guys are still talking about that Madrid derby. What a game of football. Wow. But football again chose Real Madrid. Who will make it to the semifinals? 8 teams remaining. Which team will be the last 4 standing after the quarterfinals is done? That's what I want us to talk about. See you around again. That's it.